Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve another SQL problem from Leetcode website, and the name of this problem is average time of process per machine, right? And today is our day 53 of 100 days of SQL challenge, where I will be solving one question each day, and I hope you guys are also solving one question with me to practice SQL, and we are doing SQL 50 series. So let us read the problem. We have given this activity table where we have four columns, that is machine ID, process ID, activity type and timestamp. The data type of machine ID is int, the data type of process ID is also int, activity type data type is enum, and for timestamp it is float. The table shows the user activities for a factory website. Machine ID, process ID, activity type is a primary key combination of columns with unique values for this table. This means that this machine ID, process ID and the activity type, the combination of these three columns is a primary key. Okay, so means the combination of these three columns, the value of these three columns, the combination will be unique values. Okay, now machine ID is the ID of a machine, so this machine ID is the ID of a machine. Process ID is the ID of a process running on the machine with ID machine ID. Okay, so this process ID is the ID of the process which is running on the machine, right? Activity type is an enum category of the type start and end. So in the activity type there are only two values that are either start or end. Okay, now timestamp is a float representing the current time in seconds. So this timestamp, the data type is float, and this the value represents the time in second. Start means the machine starts the process at a given timestamp, and end means the machine ends the process at the given timestamp. Okay, the start timestamp will always be before the end timestamp for every machine process ID. This is very obvious that the start time will be before, and the end time will be after the start. Okay, now there is a factory website that has several machines, each running the same number of processes. Okay, so there are several machines and the processes that are running on these machines, the number of processes are same. Now we need to write a solution to find the average time each machine takes to complete the process. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to write a solution to find the average time each machine takes to complete the process. Okay, the time to complete a process is the end timestamp minus the start timestamp. So how we will calculate that how much time it takes to complete the process? We will minus the end timestamp from this start timestamp. Okay, the average time is calculated by the total time to complete every process on the machine divided by the number of processes that were run. Okay, now the resulting table should have the machine ID along with the average time as processing time, which should be rounded to 3 decimal places. So what we need to do is we need to show the average time or processing time for each machine, and then we have to round that average time to 3 decimal places. Okay, so in the output we need machine ID and the processing time, and for each machine ID I need to show the average processing time by 3 decimal places. We need to round it off to 3 decimal places. Now they have given us explanation as well. So there are 3 machines running 2 processes each. So as you can see in this table, so basically this machine ID 0, 1 and 2. So basically there are 3 machines, and each machine, so for the example this, let's start with this 0 ID machine. it is running two processes, that is this one and this one. So each machine is running only two processes. Okay, now machines 0 average time will be, so let's focus here only. Okay, so for machine ID, that is machine ID 0, the start of this process, that is 0 process, starts at 0.712 second and it ends in this. So for this first process, the time stamp or the time taken to complete the process will be 1.520 minus 0.712. okay, and for this process, that is with process ID 1, that time taken will be 4.120 minus this one, and then we will find out the average for each machine ID. I hope you understand. Now to explain you better, I have made this table in Excel and I will explain you in Excel. Okay, all right. So now as you can see, so we have definitely I have to compare the time so that I can do subtraction. So in my, I want to create one column here so that I can show that this time I can put it here, and then I can do this minus this to calculate the time taken. And for this process, I want this 4.120 to be here, and then I will do 4.120 minus this, and then I will calculate the average for each machine ID, right? So how I can do, so definitely I have to compare the values with its previous value. So whenever there is this case, you have to do, and whenever you have only one table in this situation, you have to do self join. So now we will do self join, means we will join this table with itself, and on which condition we will do. So let's say first, let's say I am doing that, let me give alias as this table as let's say A1 and this table as A2, let's say. Okay, now if I say that A1 machine ID should be equal to A2 machine ID, okay, so what records I will get? So here I will get this 0 will connect with this, if I do inner join, so this 0 will connect with all these 4 zeros, right? Because it will not distinguish to which we need to do join. So it will, this 0 will join with these 4, and then these 3 zeros will also join with this. So total we will get 16 records, right? So we don't want that. What we need to we only want to join with this record so that I can get this timestamp to be here, right? So if I do let's say in second case, I am doing A1 dot machine ID should be equal to A2 dot machine ID, and A1 dot process ID should be equal to A2 dot process ID. Now what rows or what records it will match? So let's say for example, first condition should be that A1 dot machine ID should be equal to this. So if that is the condition, it will join with these 4. But I am also adding the condition that A1 dot process ID should be equal to A2 dot process ID. Now it will join with only this, because this 0 will connect with these 4 first, and then with my second condition it will connect with these 2 rows. Okay, so this 0 will connect with these 2, and then this 0 will connect with these 2. So one record is connecting with 2 records, and there are 4 zeros. So how many records I will get? I will get 4 records, right? I don't want that also. So third condition that I would apply will be that A1 dot machine ID should be equal to A2 dot machine ID. Second, A2 dot process ID should be equal to A2 dot process ID, and A1 dot activity type should be start, and A2 dot activity type should be end, right? So what records I will get? So I will get this 0 will connect with, so first condition is A1 dot machine ID should be equal to A2 dot machine ID, so it will connect with these 4. But second condition is the process ID will should also be same, so then it will see and it will connect with these two. And then second condition is that a1 dot activity type should be start. Okay, should be start. So this one row, and activity type of this table, that is a2 table, should be AND. So this 0 will only connect with this record, and I want this, so that I can get this this timestamp from this a2 table, and I can get this get this column in my this table, right? I hope you understand. And now let's try to solve this question in Leetcode. Okay, so here we are. So first what I will do, I will say select star from activity. Sorry for this background noise. So select star from this activity table, and we will see the records that we have right now. So in the records we have this, right? Now I want to join this table with itself. So what I will do, I will say, let me give alias this as a1, right? And I will do inner join. So inner join this activity table, and let me give alias as a2, right? A2. Now on which condition I will join? On a1 dot machine id, a1 dot machine id should be equal to a2 dot machine id. And now let me run this. So what I will say, I will say that from my first table, that is a1 table, I want everything, let's say, for now. And from this second table I only want timestamp, so I can say a2 dot timestamp. All right, and now let me run, and you know that how many records we will get. So this is all the records that we are getting, and we don't want all these records. So second condition that I told was, we will say that and a1 dot activity process id, this should be equal to a2 dot process id, right? And now let me run. So we will get for 0 machine id we will get 8 records, right? And to explain you, let's say, let me filter that where machine id is 0, you will understand it better then. So where, let's say, this machine id is 0, right? Okay, so there is some error, that ambiguous. Okay, so let me say a1 dot machine id. Okay, all right. So how many records we got? We got 8 records, but I don't want all this. So third condition that I would apply is, I will say and this a1 dot activity type should be start, and a2 dot activity type should be AND. Okay, so we can say that a1 dot activity type should be start, right? And a2 dot activity type should be AND. And now we will get only 2 records. So this this timestamp will connect with this, and this timestamp will connect with this, and we will get only 2 records for this machine id 0, right? So let me run. All right, so now you can see that we get only 2 records, and now it's very simple. Now what I can say, that to find the time taken for each process, for this process we can say 1.52 minus 0.712, and for this process we can say 4.12 minus 3.14, right? So let me show you as well. So what I can say that a2 dot timestamp. This video can be little big because I'm explaining in detail, and I hope that I am explaining it so that you people can understand it easily, right? So a2 dot timestamp minus a1 dot timestamp, right? And now let me run. All right, so we got this minus. Now I want to do average for each machine, right? So now I'm removing this where condition, okay, and I will do the average of this. All right, so I will say average of this, and now I don't want to show these columns in my output. I only need to show machine ID, so we can select machine ID only. So a1 dot machine ID, and I am removing these columns, right? Now it's good, and now let me run. What is it? Yeah, so basically I am doing aggregation. So whenever you are doing aggregation and this column that is not in aggregation, you have to do group by. So what I will say that group by this machine ID, right? This, and now let me run. All right, so now we got the desired output, but here I have not given alias. So in my expected output I have to give an alias as processing time. So let me do that. Okay, so as this, and one more thing, that we have to round this number to 3 decimal places as well. So what I will say that round this number, that is this number, to 3 decimal places. So 3 decimal places, and now we are good to go. And now let me run this. Yeah, so it gets accepted, and now let me just quickly submit the code as well. Yeah, it gets accepted as well. So guys, if you are liking my videos, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you don't understand anything, please comment and practice one question each day. And I hope that I have explained you in a detail, and thank you so much for watching this video.